Hey guys, what's up? It's Tessa Blanchard, the third generation professional wrestler and undeniable diamond of professional wrestling. And you guys already know that I carry my legacy on my back, but there was a lot of matches that shaped TNA wrestling before I even stepped into the ring. So today we are going to unpack 5 of the greatest TNA wrestling matches in history. When we're talking about the 5 greatest matches, most unforgettable matches in TNA history, you have to talk about AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels at Unbreakable 2005. If you guys know TNA, you know that the X Division, they are the holy grail of TNA. They shape TNA wrestling in so many ways. And AJ, one of the best high flyers in the business. Joe, known for bulldozing through bodies. Daniels with timing and techniques that are just scary, out of this world. This wasn't just a triple threat. It was a statement. It was a match that is absolutely unforgettable in TNA history. And it's the only match to ever get 5 stars from Dave Meltzer, but we all know it should have gotten 6. Now we're going to move on to Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries, Bound for Glory 2012. Jeff Hardy had all of his face paint on, the big match energy. Austin Aries just known for being an absolute technical master in our business. And this was Jeff's redemption arc in full color. Aries brought the fight this night, but the Hardys, they always come with purpose no matter what match it is. And whether it was back then or nowadays in TNA wrestling, the Hardys never disappoint. But there was a moment in the match where Jeff hit that swanton off the top rope and you could feel just the whole arena lean forward. He didn't just win the title that night, he won the fans back all over again right in this match. We're talking about the most unforgettable wrestling matches in TNA history. We gotta mention Gail Kim versus Terrell, Slammiversary 2013. It was a last knockout standing match. When you talk about this match, you have to talk about respect. This match had no business being this good, but it was absolutely legendary. When you talk about the knockouts matches in TNA history, this match, along with some awesome Kong Gail Kim matches, but this match is definitely on the list. Gail Kim, she's a pioneer in women's wrestling, especially for the knockouts. Terrell, someone who is absolutely fearless in the ring. And you see a cutter off of the ramp, these insane bumps. You see OBD right out there, counting it right down the middle for these phenomenal women's athletes. And they prove that the knockouts are some of the best women's wrestlers in the world. The knockouts, they can main event. The knockouts, they go out there and they are honestly just some of the best in the business. It's not about gender, it's about your grit, it's about your training, your preparation, it's about when you step through those ropes, what you can do out there. And Terrell, she earned every bit of that win, but hats off to Gail Kim as well. The most unforgettable matches in TNA history, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe, Genesis 2006, we have to talk about it. You could feel this one in your chest. Angle's TNA debut, Joe's undeniable undefeated streak. There wasn't just hype, this was an all-out war. 2 just phenomenal professional wrestlers going to war. Every headbutt, every suplex, every submission, you felt the weight of it right from your chair. Joe, he's just a machine. Back then, even nowadays, every single match you see him give 110%. Even on the microphone, you see him give 110%. He's an absolute animal. And Angle, he's a gold medalist. He's got something to prove every time he steps in that ring. And I think that's why Angle's probably one of my favorite wrestlers too, is he's just an absolute technician, but he's won over the crowd time and time again. This match delivered everything the fans had been waiting for, everything that they've been waiting for I believe, a good long year, and then some. All right, now we're going to move on to Sting versus Kurt Angle, Bound for Glory 2007. Bound for Glory, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year for TNA wrestling. So you know when you step into a BFG arena, it's a whole different feel. The crowd, the intensity, the lights, the ring, the energies backstage. It's something unmatched. I've been a part of a few Bound for Glories myself, and it's a whole different ball game when you step into that arena. So Sting, Angle, BFG, these legends did not collide quietly. This one had drama, interference, and Kevin Nash even got involved, but Sting, he still walked out the winner. It was TNA's chaos at its absolute finest. TNA, they've always been different. They've never really fit into a box. It's never been about copying anybody else. It wasn't about any of that. It was about risk. It was about innovation. It's about heart. The matches, they don't just entertain us. They inspire a whole generation of us to step into the ring and take the professional wrestling business to the next level. So whether you were there from day one or whether you're just starting to discover what TNA meant or what it means to us from behind the curtain, hit that subscribe button, comment with your favorite match, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, stay undeniable.